Good morning all. Welcome to today's video on R programming. Here we are going to see some of the basic data types in R programming like numeric, integer, logical and character. So numeric, you can by default assign the value to a variable x. It will by default take it as numeric. Suppose if I run this command x is equal to 10.5, it will take the value. If I print the value x now, it is having 10.5. What happens when I run this command class of x? So it is going to give you what is the data type of x. So the data type of x, it is showing us numeric. Suppose if we are assigning k equal to 1. So this is also a numeric data type. I am running this and I am displaying k here. So it is displaying 1. So now I am seeing the data type of k using the class of k syntax. So it is again showing numeric. So for x we had 10.5, for k we had 1. This is having decimal point and this is like an integer, but even then the data type of k is also showing us numeric. So for this let's see whether it's an integer. So for that we have the function is.integer of k. This will return false because it is of type numeric. So suppose if you want to make it as an integer, so there is a way for that. We have the function called as .integer. So if we give as.integer of 3, it will convert 3 into an integer and then it will assign that to y. Suppose if I am running this and see what is the value of y. So I am displaying y. It is showing us 3. So now after this, if I am running the class of y, that is to find the data type of y, it is showing us integer. So because we have converted the value as using as.integer into an integer. So for integer we have to by default convert using as.integer. So otherwise it will by default take it as numeric. So now if I run this s.integer of y, it will show true because now it is an integer. We have used as.integer function. So it is showing true here. Okay. So now what happens if I say as.integer of 3.14? Can you guess? So it is going to return me 3 because it is only going to take the integer part, not the decimal part. So it is returning 3. Similarly, if I am giving as.integer within quotes 5.27. So what happens? Again, it is going to take only the integer part, not the decimal point. It is going to take 5. So next we have as.integer within quotes ABC. It is going to return a warning message with the value NA. It means that it is not able to convert a string into an integer. But it can convert a Boolean value into an integer using as.integer of true. It is going to return 1. For true value, the integer equivalent is 1. Similarly, for false value, the integer equivalent is 0. So now we have seen about a numeric and integer data types. Hope it's clear for you. For integer, you have to give as.integer. For numeric, you can just assign as it is. And you can check the data type of the variable using the function class of y. And using s.integer, you can check whether it is integer. Using as.integer, you can convert any value into an integer. So now let's see logical value. So logical, you have A and B. So A is taking the value 4 and B is taking the value 7. And I'm assigning A greater than B is equal to P. So this is the logical value. So A is 4, B is 7. It is so it means 4 greater than 7. And the value of 4 greater than 7 is true. Sorry, false. Because 4 is less than 7. So the value of P will be, so I am running A equal to 4 and B equal to 7. And then I am running P equal to A greater than B. And then I am printing P here. It is going to show me false because A is not greater than B. 4 is not greater than 7. So now if I see class of B, it should show it is as logical because A greater than B is a logical data type. So it is showing as logical. Suppose if I am assigning A equal to true and B equal to false. So both are of type logical. A and B both are of type logical. So let's understand some of the logical operators like A and B. So and ampersand stands for and. So A and B means true and false. The value is false, we all know. So if I run A and B, choose false. If I run A or B, so for or we use the pipe symbol. So A or B we use the pipe symbol. So true or false returns true. So this returns true. So next we are having negation of A. So for negation we use the exclamatory mark and A. So A is by default true. Now exclamation or negation of A is false. If I run this, it is showing false. So this is about the logical data type in our programming. So we can find out the data type using class function, and we can use the logical operators like and, or, and negation. So next let's see about the data type character. Here also, suppose if it is not a character or a string, you have to use the function as.character to convert a number into a string or a character. Okay, so here the value is 7.48. You're converting that using as.character function and you're storing that in S. Okay, so now S you're printing, you will get 7.48 as the value. And what is the class of S? It will show as character because it is of type character. So now I have two variables, F name and L name. F name stands for first name and L name stands for last name. I am assigning first name is equal to Adam and then I am assigning last name is equal to Smith. Okay. So I am going to run these two lines. So I have assigned Adam to F name, Smith to L name, and I am using the function paste. So what does this paste do? So this paste will concatenate the two strings F name and L name. It is taking two parameters, two string names, F name and L name, and it is going to concatenate these two with a space in between. So if I run this, let me see what is the result. So I get Adam space Smith. Okay, so this is about the paste function. So next we have the function sprintf. Sprintf is something similar to print. So it is going to print along with the string or the parameters given. Here we have three parameters. The first parameter is the input string and the second parameter will replace the percentage S in the first string and the third parameter will replace the percentage D in the first string, in the first parameter. That is percentage S stands for a string is going to be substituted here and percentage D stands for a number is or numeric is going to be replaced here. Okay, so suppose if I am running this sprintf with these three parameters, what happens? Let me see. Let me run this and see. So I get the result as Sundar has 1000 rupees. Okay, so instead of percentage S, I have Sundar and instead of percentage D, I have 1000. Okay. So this is how the string is being printed with the values given in the next parameters. Next we have the function called as substr. Here we have also three parameters. The first parameter is the input string. The second parameter start indicates the start position. And the third parameter stop indicates the stop position. That is, it is going to start from the 9th position and stop till the 15th position and going to return the substring starting from the 9th position to 15. So I am running this. So here you can see twinkle. So twinkle is there from the 9th position to 15th position. 9th position is T and 15th position is the E. So it is returning the twinkle. So this is about the sub-str function. So next is the sub function. The sub function has 3 parameters again. It is having the input twinkle, and then it is having the input wrinkle, then it is having the input string twinkle twinkle little star. So now let me run this and see what is the result. So sub is different from sub-str function. So what this sub does, it is replacing the first twinkle in the third parameter using the second parameter wrinkle. Okay. So it is checking for the first parameter twinkle in the third parameter, and it is replacing that with the second parameter wrinkle. So it is showing wrinkle twinkle little star. So this is the function of the sub function. Okay, so in the character data type we have seen as.character function, we have seen class of s, we have seen paste function, we have seen sprintf function, we have seen sub-str function, and we have seen sub function. Hope it's clear for you. So we have seen numeric, integer, logical and character data types so far. Hope it was useful for you. Thank you.